Hey everyone, welcome back to Pho-nomenal Tips with Alex Watson. Today we're going to look at 4 types of questions that you might see on your real estate exam. We're starting our quarantine series. So stages of contract. So here's our first question. Which of the following is not a step in the contract process when the contract transitions from an executory contract to an executed contract? So specifically this question, what's to stand out is, what is the contract process? So in the contract process, you have offer, acceptance, and a performance. So you have a seller that's offering this home, the buyer's offering to pay a certain amount of money for it. And then once that amount of money has been accepted by the seller, they then both need to perform what they have obligated to each other that they're going to perform. One's going to give over the house and the other will give the money. Therefore, clearly, statute of limitations is not a step in the transition process. And here we have our pho-nomenal tips that you guys can go over. Just pause the video. You can go through what each one of these terms represents and means. So an incomplete oral real estate agreement is considered an executory contract. True or false? This is actually false, simply because oral contracts in the state of Texas are just considered voluntary agreements. If the real estate contract is not in writing, it's not considered valid. Therefore, this is false. Earnest money is not consideration. True, actually, it's not considered consideration. Consideration is what make contracts legally binding, and every contract, real estate contract in Texas does not have to have earnest money in order to be considered valid. You can sell a home, buy a home, sign a purchase-sale agreement for a piece of property without putting an earnest money deposit down. And for that reason, it's not considered consideration. Consideration is actually that purchase price. So how would you describe a residential lease agreement signed by an emancipated minor? I would say valid, simply because this minor is actually considered a legal adult. Therefore, they can sign a contract as long as they're not under any duress or anything like that. This would be considered a legal contract. Thanks for stopping in today for your tips.